Okay, so here we're going to look at the factorization method of solving quadratic equation. So what is factorization itself? Factorization is the resolution of a number into factors or into numbers such that if you multiply the factors, the original number can be obtained. For example, if I have something like 9 and I ask you to factorize 9, you're simply going to look for the factors of 9 such that when you multiply those factors, you are going to get 9, right? So a simple way to factorize 9 is to draw out this factorization table. Put down 9 here. What can divide 9? 3 can divide it. 9 divided by 3 will give me 3, right? Then what can go again? 3 can go. 3 divided by 3 will give me 1. So the factors of 9 are 3 times 3. So we have resolved 9 into factors. These are the factors, right? So when we multiply these factors, we will get the original number, which is 9. So again, factorization is the resolution of a number into factors such that if you multiply the factors, the original number can be obtained. If I ask you to look for the factors of 8, you simply tell me that 8 is 8 times 1. You have resolved 8 into factors. When you multiply these factors, 8 times 1, you will get the original number, which is 8. Again, factors of 8 can be 2 times 4, right? These are the factors of 8, right? When you multiply these factors, 2 times 4, you will get the original number, which is 8. So again, factorization is the resolution of a number into factors such that if you multiply the factors, the original number can be obtained, right? So that's what factorization is all about. So let's look at this example. Solve s squared plus 2x minus 8. Solve s squared plus 2x minus 8. When I see this equation and see that the highest power of the unknown variable is a square, I should know that this is a quadratic equation. So we're going to use the factorization method to solve this quadratic equation, right? So let's put our solution here. So the equation is s squared plus 2x minus 8, right? This is the equation that we are given. So the first thing I would want to do here by applying factorization method is to look for the factors of minus 8. I'm going to look for the factors of minus 8 such that when I multiply the factors, I will get minus 8, and when I add the factors, I will get plus 2. I repeat that again. I will look for the factors of minus 8 such that, because this minus is attached to this 8, right? So I will look for the factors of minus 8 such that when I multiply the factors, I will get minus 8, and when I add the factors, I will get plus 2. These two that is here, right? So what are the factors of 8 that you know? The factors of 8 are 8 and 1. Then you have 4 and what? 2. These are the factors of 8. 8 times 1 will give you 8. 4 times 2 will give you 8, right? But here I'm looking for the factors that when I multiply them, I will have minus 8. And when I add them, I will have what? Plus 2. So since the smaller number is positive, which is plus 2, I will put the minus in the smaller number, right here. So my factors will now be 4 plus 4 and what? Minus 2, right? So plus 4 times minus 2, 4 times minus 2 will be equal to minus 8, right? Then 4 plus minus 2, plus times minus will give you minus, right? So that will be 4 minus 2, right? 4 minus 2 is equal to what? 2. So the factors that satisfies this factorization is 4 and what? Minus 2. 4 and minus 2, right? So the factors are 4 and minus 2, 4 and minus 2, right? So the next thing I will do is to replace this plus 2x with the factors which are 4 and what? Minus 2. So my equation will now be s squared. So instead of me to write this 2s, I will write down the factors plus 4x, which is this 4, minus 2x, which is this other factor of minus 2, minus 8 equal to 0. Remember, a quadratic equation, you must always equate it to what? 0. Equal to 0, equal to 0. So you must equate it to 0, right? So the next thing I will do now is to group this quadratic equation, is to group it, right? So after grouping it, I will still factorize again. So what factor is common between x squared plus 4x? So the factor that is common here is what? X. The number that is common there is x, right? I will open a bracket. What will remain here? Here will be x plus, here will be what? 4. X times x will give me x squared. X times 4 will give me 4x. So they are the same. Minus, what is common here? What is common here is what? Is 2. I'll open a bracket. That will be x plus what? 4. And remember this, whatever you have here must be equivalent to what you have here. Whatever you have here within the bracket here must be equivalent to what you have within the bracket here. So minus 2 times x will give me minus 2x. Minus 2 times 4 will give me what? Minus 8. Right? So whatever you have here must be equal to what you have here. So having done this, the next thing I will do is to pick one of them, right? So that would be x minus 2 is equal to 0, or x plus 4 is equal to 0, right? This x minus 2, that's what I wrote here, is equal to 0, or this x plus 4 is equal, x plus 4 is equal to 0, right? So that's how you do it. Then the next thing is to collect like terms. When this minus 2 crosses to the other side of the equation, it becomes plus 2. So this will be x is equal to 0 plus 2, or x is equal to, when this 4 crosses, becomes minus 0 minus what? 4. So this will be x is equal to 0 plus 2 is 2, or x is equal to 0 minus 4 is what? Minus 4. So this is my answer to this quadratic equation. S is equal to 2, or x is equal to what? Minus 4. So the roots of this quadratic equation is x is equal to 2 or minus 4. This is my answer, right?